Okay, so I am going to edit this photo that I've decided that I want to post on Instagram. So this is basically just how I would edit it, or how I have decided to edit it in this moment. So first of all, I'm going to check how in focus everything is, and it's pretty much not, and that is because it's at ISO 400 and 1/50th of a second, which isn't bad for 1/50th, but it's kinda jank in general. So I'm going to put some sharpening on here, like 50 will probably do. Then I'm going to masking peak to find out. I'm probably going to use like 90 will work. And then I want this bottom section to be lighter, so I'm going to drag shadows up. And I don't want these high sections to be so high, just to equalize the histogram. I'm going to take highlights down. And now to give life back into the photo, I'm going to take whites up and blacks down. I'm going to add a little bit of clarity for good luck and basically half the vibrance. And then you get the colors to pop nicely. But this photo's got a lot of reflected orange light, so I'm probably going to change the white balance a little bit more, not so blue. Blue, and give it a little bit of green tint just for fun. I'm going to take the darks down in the tone curve, and I'm going to stop my overall white clipping point. I'm going to drag those whites up, and I'm going to take some fade into it, which gives it kind of like nice matte effect that I'm sure almost everyone knows. Then I'm going to bring up the exposure to compensate for, oh, my computer is tweaking out. I'm going to bring up the exposure to compensate for all the lows that I've pulled over here. I'm going to drop a bit of contrast in there for good luck. And now I've noticed the sky's a little bit too bright, so I'm going to drag a gradient map downward and leave it at about half a stop back, or maybe a little bit more. And throw a little bit of contrast in there. Now I'm going to add, what can I do? I've noticed this yellow bit's a little bit low for something that should be so bright as much as the horizon, so I'm going to bring the luminance up a little bit just to pull that in, and probably bring my overall exposure down like a little bit just to kind of give it more of a pop. I don't like how orangey pink these clouds are, so I'm going to make the magenta a little bit, oops, that's the wrong thing. I'm going to make the reds a little bit more luminous. I'm just clicking the wrong fucking things. I'm just gonna leave it actually, but what else can I add? I might add a little bit of vignetting in negative. Oh, actually, vignetting is, yep, it is in negative. That is too much. Give me like 9. I don't even like that, so fuck that. Yes. Then I'm going to compare it to the original. It looks about the same, but I want more exposure, I've decided. So before, after, not much has changed, but it's more my style. And that's it. I'm going to throw in a little bit of a dark graduated thingy over here, just because I don't like how much light there is in the bottom of the photo. Actually, I'm not going to use a graduated, I'm going to use a radial. A very big one. Oh fuck. A very big radial filter. Like this big. Whoops, stretching. Like that big. And I'm going to drag it along. And bring the exposure down a bit. just so it pulls focus away from this open section of ground over here. It kind of gives more, I don't know what to say, just kind of brings this side more to focus than this whole section, because this is already very open, so to have attention there makes it kind of awkward. And it kind of distracts from this badly intrusive chevron tape. Cool?